My mind frame is different. I'm trying to build an empire and be an investor.
Okay.
And to be those two things, you have to have capital.
Hey Gems, it's Cindyrella OG and welcome back to my channel. So as promised, I have Garrett here and he has his MBA specialized in marketing, and I'm going to go ahead and let him tell you guys a little about himself.
Yeah, Cindy's already stated, my name is G. Christopher Hughes. I have my bachelor's in marketing and also my master's in marketing as well. And I currently hold the position as a social media manager for a publishing company.
So guys, we're going to go ahead and get right into these questions. So some of these questions are questions that you guys have asked me to ask him, to ask you guys, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. What schools did you attend in your undergraduate and in receiving your master's?
Well, I got both my degrees from the same university. It's Tarleton State University.
And what was your major and why did you pick that major?
My major was marketing just for both degrees. Everybody loves to ask me that question, but I think the pure motivation behind it was my grandfather. He had a upholstery business. You know, he was his own self-made man, just the true entrepreneur, you know, just true to the definition for sure. And one of the things that I always found a problem with him and his business was just the marketing. I mean, he did great quality work. I don't see why he couldn't have all the work in the area. But to me, just his marketing was kind of off, and there's just something about that just really drew me to the field. And I mean, that's where it's got me here so far.
So after receiving your undergraduate, what inspired you to get your MBA?
Pretty much, I was 21 years old, got my undergraduate degree, had no plan at all. So the only thing that I knew was just to continue going to school. But kind of in hindsight, I see it can help, it can hurt, it just really depends. But what really kind of motivated me is I had no plan at all, so I just went to graduate school.
A lot of people have this map out plan of graduating a year or a semester early. Now I'm not sure if you graduated early or you're just, your birthday's late or something, but what pushed you to get out of school as soon as possible?
Number one thing, student loans, they suck. The interest on them suck. But that's probably motivation number two. But motivation number one was just really for my grandmother. She beat it in my head at an early age. Education is the key to getting everything you want in life. So just with that, and from the area I grew up in, it's not a great town. You don't want to be there in your off time. So that was another external motivation. So I mean, just having that with my grandma where I was from, it's like I really don't have a reason to go home. So that really just pushed me to continue my education, not really stop. And it really just paid off, because I mean, when you do that, you just mature a little bit faster. You know how to stay on top of things, and you really just don't take a break. You know, and that's just transferred over to what I do nowadays. You know, I just straight work.
I do know that you are a part of a fraternity, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you also chartered that chapter?
Yes, ma'am.
So was it hard for you to balance that, school, and a social life, and maybe even work at the same time?
Of course it is. Anything that takes up your time it's always a struggle to balance. The fraternity that she's speaking about is Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Me and four of the members chartered it in spring of 15 at Tarleton State University, the first African American fraternity on that campus. So of course, everything's time consuming, but the main thing is you make time for what you want. You know, that's the key to everything. It's something that me and my friends say in the entertainment group that we have. He asks, you know, we can just ask each other questions like, why didn't you do this? I mean, the only legit answer is, I didn't want it bad enough. Like, any other answer to that is an excuse. So, I mean, that's what it all boils down to. If you really want something, you'll make time for it, you'll do. It basically goes down back to human nature. You do what you want to do, and you'll complete what you want to complete. So, that's just one of the things that I wanted to complete. I wanted to complete my master's degree on time. I wanted to get paid, so I went to work. So, like I said, you find a way to make time for it. Everybody has the same 24 hours, but it just depends how you use it.
So going off of what you said you do you do what you make time for. You do what you want to do, basically.
Correct.
There's a lot of people that say that college is not hard. What is your opinion on that?
Honestly, that makes perfect sense to me because life is not hard. I think life is just all about choices. Like, then it's like you make life hard, you make college hard. It's like when people say, "Oh, I'm about to fail this class," it's like, did you study for the test? No. That's your choice. You made it hard on yourself. So to me, even though school and education that never was hard to me, I was pretty good in high school and growing up. So education has never just really just been a big challenge to me. But if there is a challenge, I mean, you have to take out the time and you got to want to complete it. You got to try to make it easier for yourself. But I think when people say all that, they either make excuses, they try to justify their reasons, and they say, yeah, it's hard, I'm just going to quit. I mean, but to me, when I hear that, it's like they're really not trying, because that's the only way you can grow is when you face these difficult times and these obstacles. You got to just hit it full force and try to overcome it. So to me, yes, college is very easy. So that's what I'm saying. Like college is a safety net. Like people get accustomed to college. It's like you have the writing center, you have tutors. You don't have that in the real world. It's like if your bill is due on the 1st and you don't have that money, if it's rent, you're going to get evicted by the 4th in some situations. There's no, oh, can I go talk to my teacher if I missed the test? No, you miss work, go talk to your boss. If you missed a lot of work, you're going to get fired. You will be replaced. And, that's kind of the thing is that I think college teaches everybody that they're so special. I mean, you might be special to them at the college because you're paying their tuition. I'll tell you anything, you're going to pay me. But when it comes to life, it's like you have to go out there and get it. You have to really have that self-motivation to go out and get it. That's the main thing. Like, college is that safety net. It really does make people soft. And that's just my opinion.
So do you think graduating early hindered your college experience in any way?
I do say I wish I would have. It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, and sometimes I wish I would have kind of slowed down and kind of enjoyed the college experience. But that's how I felt before I started working. Now that I started working and started making like real money, like I'm in control of my life. I don't have to be here. Well, I have to be at work, but it's not like I have 10 different things going on. I know how to structure my week, my days, and I know what to expect. Now, with that, yes, because then I'm getting a competitive edge over people that's, I'm 24 now. I mean, some people are still working on their bachelor's. I just had my 1-year anniversary at my job now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's like just having that, kind of that step ahead of that competition. Like I already know how to carry myself in business situations. I know how to talk to external clients trying to win their business and different things of that nature. So having that skill set at an early age, by the time I'm 30, I'm already a pro at it.
Okay.
Versus somebody that graduated, I don't know, with their bachelor's at 24.
Okay.
Not saying, I mean, like I said, marketing, I can say it's not a difficult degree. It's really not. Now, if you're trying to be a lawyer or a doctor, some specialized degree, take as much time as you want.
Okay.
But I mean, the only thing college to me really has is parties, and like I'm not a party person, so I'm really not missing out on anything.
So generally speaking, what strategies do you think helped you maintain your grades and also attain your master's degree?
Number one thing is just make it a priority. If you have to read 10 chapters, I'm not saying you have to sit there and read 10 chapters, but at least take out that time to at least skim it, speed read, gain those type of different skills, but you have to make it a priority. If your friends tell you like, hey, we're about to go out and party, say, no, I gotta stay back. I have to study, And the thing is like you have to make that priority before it hits crunch time, Everybody tries to study the night before the test. You fail, and then you say, I studied. How much did you study? The night before. I don't know too many people that can retain information in 3 hours, and not too many people. So you have to really set up a plan. I mean, you have your syllabus. It tells you when the tests are coming up. You can ask questions before then. It's not like it comes out of nowhere. You know it's coming. So you can properly prepare and study for it. You know, you can take a big goal and just break it down into little small mini goals and just make it a priority. You know, when you have that free time, don't watch Netflix. Study. Don't do whatever else is leisure. Study. Like I said, 30 minutes of studying can really just make a difference. You study 30 minutes to an hour a day. I mean, an hour of your day is just, what, 4% of your day? I think I saw that somewhere. So it's like,
It's 4%.
yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Something
I'm not a
like that.
mathematician. I'm a marketer.
It's somewhere in the area.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a marketer. But, I mean, it's a very small amount of your time.
It's very true. I remember we had a conversation before, and I told you that my minor was entrepreneurship, and you had a certain opinion about it. And right now, I would like to hear your opinion about me having an entrepreneurship minor.
Where can I start? I mean, being an entrepreneur, unless you're learning from a successful entrepreneur, and I doubt if he, whatever your instructor, teacher, if he was a successful entrepreneur, I would think he would still be in the business unless he sold it off and said, I'm done with it, I want to go teach, which is fine. But like I said, I don't know his background, but there's no right or wrong way to be an entrepreneur. I mean, there are core things that you have to follow: drive, tenacity, you know, all those little buzzwords, of course. But I don't think it can be taught.
Okay.
You know?
So, being someone that wants to go ahead and own my own practice in the future,
Right.
that's why I took on the minor.
Right.
But do you have any suggestions of what I could have done instead of doing that minor?
I mean, you just have to take. I understand why you did it, because I mean, that would be smart too. I mean, if I was in your situation, having the knowledge that you have at this point, I would sign up for an entrepreneur class too. I mean, if they had it in my school, I would have signed up for it too. Like no shade intended at that at all. But the thing is, what to do instead? I would definitely go out and try to find a mentor. For sure. Find somebody that's already done it, that's willing to help. Because most of the time, entrepreneurs out there, they love helping to see other people. Because 9 times out of 10, somebody helped them, and they just want to pay it forward.
Okay.
For sure. I would strongly suggest taking accounting.
Okay.
Like if you're going to own any type of business, take accounting, period, or finance. Like understand the numbers, because the marketing, the picking a location, that's the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Schmo from our street can do that. But when it comes down to knowing logistics and the numbers, that's where the key is. Because let's say you want to open another practice somewhere else, you'll have to gather investors. And you know, I'm an investor myself. You know, if I look at that profit loss sheet, the balance sheet, all those different number sheets that I look for, if I don't see something I don't like, and you can't explain it to me, you'll never hear from me ever again. You know. So if that is a weakness to you, at least try to work towards that.
Okay.
Because I mean, you can buy a book on entrepreneurship, and it'll probably teach you better.
No printer.
It'll probably teach you better than a teacher would. You know, to just honestly. You know, especially since you're going in a specialized industry, you need to learn knowledge from a specialized person.
Okay.
You know, there's no one blanket general, you know, teachings, you know, unless it's like the tenacity, you know, the attitude stuff, but you can get that from a book.
Okay. Understood.
Like I said, nobody's gonna hire you unless you can do these 3 things: make the money, save the money, or 4 things: make the money, save the money, make them. Give them more time or save them time, which is kind of the same. So they're my 3 things. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
But anyway, if you cannot do those 3 things for an organization, they will not hire you.
Okay.
Period.
Understood.
You can be a part of as many on-campus organizations as you want. If you didn't make the money, save the money, or save the time, it don't matter.
So we've heard about your journey to where you are now. We've heard about the steps that you've taken to do so. We've even gotten a couple tips from you, academically, socially, everything. So I want to know, what is your end-all be-all? What is your goal?
Well, my number 1 goal was to be a venture capitalist. I mean, I watched every episode of Shark Tank. I watch every episode of The Profit. And like people think I watch it for fun. No, I'm watching. That's like continued education for me. So my number one goal is to wake up every day at 12 p.m., check on my businesses, go back to sleep, wake back up, check them again, maybe eat.
Maybe.
But probably eat, 'cause I'll be hungry that day. Sorry. Probably I'll go eat and just do whatever I want and just wake up at 12 and just do the same thing again. You know, there's nothing better when you can sleep soundly knowing your money is still growing because it's not in your hands. Like, you know, you invested in something and they're working on it. You know, they're breaking their backs to get you your money back plus more. There's nothing better than that.
All right, and so this last question that I usually ask almost everyone that I interview, how do you feel being an underrepresented minority in your field?
Man, it's really a challenge because, you know, you try to, luckily I went to Charleston State, which is a PWI, predominantly white institution, so I hate to just say it like this, but I know how to act around white people. You know, it's not a challenge for me. I interacted with them on multiple times. Yeah, I know it's kind of edgy, but, you know, that's just how it is. You know, but just having that interaction for 5+ years, it's not a real problem for me now, but, you know, it's kind of, you have to code switch, you know. I can't act at work like how I act around my friends. And that's just how it is, you know, and that's perfectly fine because I change anyway when I'm handling business. You know, I turn into businessman G. When I'm with my friends, I'm G Diddy. But it's just a difference. So, I mean, yeah, it's a challenge, but it's an obstacle you just have to overcome. You know, and when you do business, you can't just do business with people that look like you. You know, to be successful business and to grow, you have to interact with people from different walks of life, and there's nothing wrong. That's honestly how you grow. Honestly, you know, you have to put yourself in those uncomfortable positions. You know, say you just came straight from the hood, you've never seen a white person in your life. If you pluck yourself out of your little comfort zone and go to maybe a PWI, whatever the case may be, you'll grow to be better. You know, you learn how to be a little bit more adaptable, which is what you have to be in life. You can't grow accustomed just to one thing, because life will throw everything at you. And I'll tell you that from the bottom of my heart. No matter what, whatever you think your plan is now, you know, still shoot for it, but do not get just too comfortable in it, because it's going to change.
So, what's the takeaway from this?
The takeaway, I guess, my little keys to be successful, this is what I follow. Number one, be true to yourself. You know, kind of the thing that I always reference to when people ask me is like it just seems like you just don't care about other people's opinions or how they think about you. For me, I've already completed that part of myself. I've validated my manhood to myself and to my family. You know, and doing that was buying my grandmother a car. You know, there's not too many people at the age of 23 that can just buy their mom a car. You know, more power to you if you can, because I know it's tough, especially when you have loans and you have your own bills, you have your own situation. But once you can drop everything and help somebody out, that means the world to me. Like, that validated my man. So that means, like, I'm about to do whatever I can just to run. I don't care what anybody else thinks about me. Basically, I don't care because you're not helping me. So, you know, I'm doing myself. I'm doing me. And I think that's like the number one important thing is just to stay true to yourself. Number two thing is just to really just find your moral compass. Mine's kind of, you know, I stick to the 3 F's: faith, family, and finances. You know, me personally, trusting God. Number 2, I love my family. I do anything for them. And number 3, if it's not about getting money or, you know, if it's not about making connections, networking, or helping people out in their businesses, I really don't have time for it. You know, if it's not like trying to move my people forward and anything along those lines, if it's not positive or it's not helping me, I don't have time for it. You know, I really don't. And I think my last key takeaway is, read a book a month. No matter what, read a book a month.
I like that.
You know, so step away from TV, Xbox, social media, only for a little bit. Because I need you on social media, because that's how you keep my industry alive. Only for a while, but seriously, read one book a month. It really will open your eyes and improve your thinking, writing skills, and everything else.
So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much, Garrett, for joining me today.
No problem.
So if you guys have any questions, you can give that to me so I can give that to him, and he can give it to me and I can give it back to you guys. You know, the circle of life. No, Simba. But anyway, if you guys want to go ahead and contact Garrett, get his social media information or any of that, that will be in the description box below. Drop. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be next Sunday. So guys, please watch out for that. And as you know, ASA weekend is coming up. So you guys know what that means. That's another ASA weekend vlog. So guys, make sure you watch out for that. I know you guys like those exciting vlogs very much. So that will be coming out very, very soon. And I will see you guys in the next video. So you guys stay blessed and stay beautiful, gems. See you in the next video.
Because that's the thing. It's like everybody tries to be good at 10 different things. If you try to chase 2 rabbits, you're not going to catch either one of them.
You know what? I just heard that on not that specific quote, but I just heard what you were just saying.
No, it's
on a
like,
podcast. Like we have this stigma about us, like as millennials. People call us the slash generation. That we have so many slashes.
Because people, they think they're more important. Than
Yeah, like with all these titles.
It's like when people say entrepreneur. Like, y'all just throw that word around.
Yeah.
You sell one t-shirt. I'm an entrepreneur. No, you made a sale.
Half of Twitter.
You know, you put CEO of something. I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're not. You know, when you bring in $50,000 in sales in your first year, and you like only on social media or online, you can call yourself an entrepreneur. If you make one t-shirt and sell it, you're not an entrepreneur, you just make a sale. You know, my opinion.
No, I understand. That's tough.
If somebody want to come with me, they
Act the ball.